Today marks 1346 days sharing lessons I learn and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I was thinking about the things that you're able to see it and the things that you don't. And I realized when I was thinking about it that I think that we putting too much emphasis on things that we're able to see. I think that is not right. I think that we need to always emphasize on things that we're not able to see. And today I really want to speak about the things that we're able to see, the things we're not able to see, and why it is so much more important to really focus on the things that we're not able to see. Now, it's much easier to believe that the things that you're able to see, touch, are potentially better, but does it lead to materialism? Not all the time, because the things that we're able to see sometimes are very important. The kids, the family members, the smile of the kid, the trophy, it might be very, very important. But when I think about if a thing that you see is important, is actually important, imagine how more important is the things beneath it, the things that we're not able to see. And today we'll share those things. So I think probably the biggest idea that I want to really share today is that if you're able to see it, doesn't mean that it's important. And might be that it's not as important as you think. Probably that could be better. If you're able to see it, it might be that it's not as important as you think. So what are those things? So I think that's the first thing that we need to understand, that what are the things that is very, very important. Probably the most important things in life. So the most important things in life is not seen, is felt, is acknowledged, is reflected on. For example, the first one is probably the most important of all, is love and connection. Love and connection. That's the most important thing, but love and connection, you're not able to see it. Of course, there's people who are included in that picture, they're able to see it. But again, love and connection could stay forever. There's a person, there's no person. That love for that person could be forever. Even though there's a person not anymore, you're not able to see that person anymore. There is love inside of you. And that's the most important part. You're able to see that person, you're not able to see it, but the person's that love for that person will be invisible inside of you. The connection that you had built, that's the legacy that you leave behind. And I think it's very, very important when we start to able to really distinguish in the most important things. I think that I was always struggling. Okay, how we could understand what is more important, and I think that this is again one thing that really allows us to really understand. Okay, what is important, what is not. And when you think, am I able to see it? Say yes. So that means maybe it's not in the highest priority. But if I'm not able to see it, of course, if at what we're not able to see it, it might be not as important. Theater, we're not able to see it, but it's not as important. Courage, again, the things that we're not able to see it, but is tremendously important. So beliefs and mindsets are very, very important to establish, that are very, very important regarding our life, because we create our attitudes based on those. And those attitudes will influence our ability to really create love and connection. So that means that when you think about life, I think that a lot of times we seek to really pursue the things that we're able to see. We want a new car, new house, maybe a new relationship, but from the perspective of what I want to see rather than what I want to build. And I think that there's so many things that we able to look at, even that, let's say that that's the most important thing's time. And the people are wasting their time to get to buy a car. So they're basically wasting their most important resource to get the thing that is temporary. And I think that is very, very important to really reflect on. And I think that this reflection, it needs to be constant. I think it's much, much easier to believe that the things that we see is more important than the things that we don't. And we constantly need to reflect on, because otherwise we will fall into, because majority of people, majority of us want to have all those material things. It's pleasurable. And it's easy to seek pleasure. It's harder to pursue pain and suffering. But when you think about what really brings pleasure and what brings suffering and pain brings inner joy, inner peace. Pleasure doesn't bring in general anything. Even suffering brings pleasure, and that pleasure could bring complacency if we are not careful. So that means suffering and pain leads to developing love, connection, mindset, attitude, influence, growth, legacy. There's so many things are developed by suffering, but by pleasure, basically there's nothing is created. Now, I don't say about pleasure and joy and bliss is different. Pleasure is temporary. Joy and bliss could be long term because it depends where the joy is coming from. Spending time with your loved ones, it might be joy and bliss and recharge and rest. Pleasure, it could be that a lot of people find pleasure in the wrong places. They may be playing games. Maybe, for me, I truly believe it's a wrong place because you're wasting time on the things that is actually doesn't build anything. Now, I don't say that it's a bad if you're doing once in a while with your friends as connection building something, but in general, I think that is not the best thing. So, influence kindness is something that you're not able to see, but I think that is one of the most important things because influence and kindness is something that you're able to really build fulfillment on and meaning on. Because every single person is built to serve other people. Not every single person chooses to do that. Not every single person chooses to really develop their strengths, their talents, that they could serve and influence people, but every single person is built for that. And that's the thing that is the very more important is that growth and resilience. That means that if you want to add value, influence, and be kind and generous, we need to understand that we need to grow and build our resilience to really become the person who are able to influence, who are able to really add value. And as again, this is one thing that is not seen. You're not able to see how much that person grew inside, how much resilience that person has. I think that's exactly what we're supposed to look at. Potential of that person's willingness. Because there's two people who are outside, when you look into them, one seems so much more powerful, has great capabilities, and you're able to see it, the capabilities. You're able to see how they articulate, but you don't see their willingness. You don't see their willingness. Another person maybe doesn't have all the resources that other person have, but they has massive willingness. And I think this is not seen. And again, that's why it's so hard is sometimes to choose the right person to work with, a partner or anything in between, because we're looking into the things that we see to make a decision. But we're supposed to make decision based on what we're not able to see, and what we experience, what we reflect on. And sometimes it's just the best way to really actually challenges is showing what that person is truly built on, and that's what is inside. And I think that's other things that I think that probably I needed to mention at the beginning is hope and faith. Faith, I think that is again number one thing in life because this is a foundation. Because every single person needs to have something that they're able to rely on no matter what's. And the faith is that. That's the anchor, that strong anchor that you're able to really build your life on. Such a powerful thing because I think that people, well, I generalize, but when I look into people who really succeed, they always have some kind of anchor. And that anchor, majority of times, is faith. Not the whole time. But it just in my surroundings, when I look into the people that I follow, all they have faith. And they have massive faith. And they are able to go through crazy things. Overcome all the adversity that life sent to them because they have that anchor. And that anchor allows them to go through things. Because I think that so many people quit because they do not have anchor. Because they're looking for things that they're able to see to not quit. They're looking to see results. They will to look for progress. They want to see something to keep in the game. But people who achieve massive success are able to stay in a game without seeing anything. The only thing that they do, they are able to really feel the anchor that they are holding onto. That faith, that hope. And I think that's again the most important. People who achieve success are able to stay in a game when they don't see the things that they pursue yet. The most important part, because at some point they will see it. There are so many things that I think that every single person could speak about it. This is a massive topic that is more important that we're not able to see things directly. Now I mentioned that there's things that like a child smile. You're able to see it. That's the most important thing that in man's life, in woman's life, in parents' life, to be able to see the child's smile that caused by you. And that smile could stay forever in your heart, in your vision. That's again the things that you're able to see. I think that some things are very important. But I think that that's again, even though it's seeing that beautiful smile, I think that we're able to say like, what is that inside? What we are not able to see. That again, the love that love for a child makes that smile important. Because there are some parents that do not have love for their child, so even that beautiful smile will not be cherished. So the most important things are unseen, unseen that feeling that we have inside. And I think that's the thing that what we're able to see just shows the surface of the topic, and we're able to say what is behind the surface. So what I'm seeing here, and what is behind that, because sometimes even having a car is a massive meaning. A meaning is that maybe I came from nothing, and I was able to achieve this success, and this car represents not a vehicle delivered from point A to point B, but it shows my discipline, my resilience, my ability to persevere during tough days. That's what it represents, this car. So that representation of the car internally is a thing that's very, very, very massive. So that's again, sometimes the car could be a trophy, not the vehicle itself. And I think that's again important. What is behind the thing that I'm seeing? I think this is the question that we're able to ask, because as I said at the beginning, that what we see might be is not as important as we think. So I hope you reflect as well. Like when you look into your priorities, the things that is important in your life, list 5, 10 things. And look into what are the things that you're able to see and what kind of things that you're not able to see. And maybe when you say that okay, there's some things in your priorities that you're able to see, maybe there is something beneath that you're actually seeking. Because that's exactly what it is. Sometimes we're seeking one thing, but we hide in the things that we're able to see. So I hope you still choose to win, and see you tomorrow.